There's fires in the sky, there's ashes on the ground. The sun's invisible, it's feeling like a war zone now. There's bombers flying by, pouring the water down. Trying to save my city, my life, my house burned down. But I am still here, this is my battle cry. So you better watch out. I'm red, I'm white, I'm black and I'm blue. With these Alberta colors, man, they are shining through. We will rebuild, we will move on. You can burn it to the ground, but you're never ever gonna keep us down. 'Cause we're Alberta strong. Ooh, yeah, yeah, we're Alberta strong. We're Alberta strong. Yeah, we're Alberta strong. On Highway 63, there is no room to move. We're out of gasoline and we are running out of food. And through the smoking flames, my brand new brothers came. They gave me what I needed and they wouldn't let me pay. It's who we are. Through the smoke it's clear. When one of us goes down, then you'll hear our battle cry. I'm red, I'm white, I'm black and I'm blue. But these Alberta colors, man, they are shining through. We will rebuild, we will move on. You can burn it to the ground, but you're never ever gonna keep us down. You can burn it to the ground, but you were never ever gonna keep us down.
You know, we close our eyes and we see fire. You know, I've never seen anything like this in my life, and I never want to see it again. There's a million and one things going through my mind, but the most important thing is maintaining a safe perimeter around our home, because this is our home, and being able to see my family again. I've met more heroes in this experience than I've ever thought existed.
These are called Yaks Tracks, that's the brand. Got these off Amazon a few years ago. I've used them from time to time, they work just fine. Sometimes they like to slip off. And getting them on so that they're centered properly can be a real issue. It is one of those things I've found over the years that you gotta watch, gotta look down a lot and make sure they're still on your feet. Hey, it's Mr. Cage Co. So today I'm just getting into shape. It's a 65-pound pack. I'm not wearing my vest, that would be another 26 pounds. There's still about a foot of snow in the bush. I'm at a friend's place, so he's out in the country and there's lots of trees and bush and snow and all that kind of stuff. And I need to get into shape. So I'm just going to truck on through the forest. I'm going to practice getting up and getting down, kneeling and moving around obstacles. Also, as you can see, I've got the long gun in here. And so it sticks up. And behind me, it sticks down. So I have to practice, again, getting used to having this on and walking through the trees, not making noise, moving around obstacles, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm doing today. So hopefully the ravens aren't going to give too much away. Birds are the first thing to give you away. And they're up high, they can see everything, they can move faster than anything else, cover an area. They can see color, they can see spectrum, same as other wild animals, and they can smell. So, birds are the first thing to give you away. So along with Everything else changing because of the early spring, because, well, it's still winter, but everything's going away. Snow's melting quick. Because of that, a lot of plans I had for videos for wintertime stuff, I have to speed up. So, that's that. So, again, unfamiliar terrain, bad time of year, you know, lots of things to look out for. There's lots of wildlife tracks here, but nothing really fresh. OPSEC, I don't want to be showing this guy's place too much, so that's another consideration. Alright, so we are out doing the recce right now, and recce of a local area. I don't have my battle vest on. I'm doing this under the presumption that I'm with a bunch of people, and areas are covered that I would cover in my battle vest, and I have the pack. I'm beginning to see that I just have to man up and get into shape so I can have both, because I don't like being without my vest. And it's tough walking, it's hard slogging right now in this snow the way it is, in this terrain. I'm in kind of an easy spot right now, but going through the bush, different story. And it's nice weather too, you know, really nice weather. But the wind coming off the snow is pretty cold. High humidity because of the melt, and even though it's well above zero, you get into the trees like this, and that wind starts coming across that snow with that high humidity. It nips you a little bit. It's not bad. I can live with it. But yeah, just got to get into shape. So, yeah, the ice cleats are a good idea, but one came off. I found it quickly, but it's still, you know, something else that I have to look at, look for, check, and then when they do come off, you got to come back and go get them, you know. I'm going to take them off. If it was colder temperatures and there was more deadfall that you had to step over, bigger stuff that you know, had to maybe step on to get over, that kind of thing, you know, then they'd be a good thing if I was walking down more roadways and paths, or if it had just melted a ton and there was hardly any snow left and just puddles everywhere and then it froze, then yes. But for now, I'm just going to take them off and go without them. Okay, enough of that. A couple hours, and was able to, you know, walk around, walk through the bush, do some things, and that was with the 65 pounds. Now I'm going to put on the 26-pound tactical vest, and I promised my friend that we'd run some recce patrol practice and different things through here. So I'm just going to do a little walk around and get familiar with his property. Go a little further than I did with the pack, with the 65 pounds. I can move a little quicker and cover a little more area. So that's next. Now, something about Canada's rule with 5-round magazines And it doesn't matter if it's the steel GI mags like I prefer, or the polymer mags from various companies. They make noise. Because if this was full of 30 rounds, okay, wouldn't make noise as much. Right now there's only 5 rounds in there, so the spring is doing that. So when you move around, you're doing that. Take a 10-round magazine, which is legal to have in Canada, and it's full of 10 rounds, and you know, you can make noise with it, but you got to work at it. It'd be the same if these had 30 rounds in it. See the difference? So, and because of that, there's 180 less rounds I can carry on me legally without, you know, having a stack of 20 mags sticking out. Dumb law. Really stupid law. Okay, so here's a nice trail. Okay, clean, easy to see, easy to be seen as well. And the dogs at the yard don't like it that I'm doing this. So, would you move up this trail? Sure you would. How would you do it? Well, you would post people in the bush to each side if you had them. And let's say you only had 3 people. There'd be 1 person on each side and 1 person moving up along the edge, not in the open. Unless you want to be seen. That's a different video altogether. But when doing these little recce's and checking everything out, that's to be aware of. So when you're traveling through the bush, you know, you have to choose where you're going to walk. You have to be, if you're on point, you have to be picking the trail for the group. If you're in a line formation, if you're in a diamond formation, everybody has to do it for themselves. But even so, it becomes more important. You're still on point, let's say, in a diamond formation. You have to be looking to each side and thinking to yourself, okay, where can the next guy go? Where can 2, 3, and 4 go? Depending on how many guys you have in your platoon. So, yeah, you have to pick a trail. And when you're going through this nasty fall down and broken twigs and dead stuff and grass and everything, you're trying not to make noise. So you have to pick your line, you have to pick your trail, and you know, there's things to look out for. There is a reason deer look for hollows to walk through. Nice bumps of land on each side, a little low spot in the middle. Even if your body is still seen, it's probably maybe only half your body, or maybe it's just your head. You as well, when you're doing your walks, should be looking for the same kind of thing. Okay, when you're in a hurry to get a fighting position, big trees are your friend. Whether they're standing, or they're laying on the ground, or leaned over, big trees are your friend. Okay, so if you have to get up onto an open area and get some shots off, and get into those big tree areas and get behind the obstacles, and then here, bumps in the dirt. Now this is from, you know, excavation, right? This is from clearing the land, and those bumps of earth and dirt and grass are there. But again, hey, that's a fighting position right there. Excellent fighting position. Something comes up from the other way. So let's say you're directly behind this fighting position, and you're fighting forward, you're looking across that opening, and you're fighting into the bush on the other side. And then they've flanked you, all right? They've used that low spot over there, and they've moved around, and they're coming from over there. I'm going to show you. Okay, here I am making my moves, I'm working around stuff. Now I realized I'm getting hit from the side, so I've moved over. See how high I went up, and I gave them an opportunity to shoot at me, and now my legs are exposed to the people who have flanked me. Now I've given myself another high rise, another opportunity for them to hit me from behind cover. So even though I'm trying to fight my way out of it, I can't help it. So here, moving low, getting up, not letting them see me as much as possible, stay small. It works the same. Shoot small, aim, and miss small, alright? You know, be small, get hit small, that kind of thing. So now I realize I've been flanked. I've moved around, I've stayed small, I've stayed low, I've tucked my legs in. I'm trying to find a place to shoot from and fight and still have cover. Okay, so, you know, little things here and there, and it all takes practice. Never be ashamed to be looking at the ground when you're in this tight bush. Yes, look around, but again, if you're trying to stay hidden and move without being known that you're there, you have to do this. If you're in a hurry and fighting, just move. Okay, I'm going to point out why this is a good place and the kind of thing you should look for when you want to build an elevated hide or a tree stand or a tree fort or anything like that. Now, okay, we are near an opening, okay, that is cleared land. Now, right here, again, we talk about the crest, the military crest, and animals use it too. They think of it differently, but they think of it the same. They don't call it what we do. But there's a game trail coming through there, a major one, tons of sign, not just tracks, scat, and other things. Okay, now, there's another one right there, coming from the lowland. This leads to another open trail. It might be hard to see through there, but there's another open trail which leads up to the main opening. Now, what we're looking at here is, you see those three trees? And you see how that tree has fallen down and broken off? And then right over here, there's another tree, okay? And as you look up, they stay roughly the same distance all the way up. Okay, so this guy here is dead and rotting, but he's still pretty strong. And the good news is, you could put another one right on top of him. You could cut down a tree roughly the same size and skin it. Okay, so it's not going to rot like he did. Alright, and lay it in here. And there's a step, okay? It's also a place you can hang a tarp from, okay? It's, there's all kinds of things you can do with it. But if you're building a tree stand here, having a ramp type step to make those first, you know, a few steps into your hide, that's a good thing. Now, okay, all right. These trees are about 6 feet apart. All right, those trees are about 6 feet apart. These two trees are about 5. So what that allows, now like I said, as they go higher, they stay about the same distance. They're fairly straight trees. These are strong trees. Now yes, you still could get a blowdown, but that's a chance you have to take. But here we are, 2 really busy game trails, a very busy opening trail, okay, and another very busy open trail. And there are spruce trees around, and you're far enough back. Done right, you could put a hide up in here, and you'd have a good command of the area. You'd be able to see around, you'd be able to hear, you'd be able to watch. And when it comes time for hunting season, well, you know, when you're this close, bow and arrow, you know, something like that, small caliber, it's going to work just fine. The other thing you can do from here, once you have your hide, and I suggest this with all fighting positions, all listening posts, all hides of any kind, is that you make open spaces through the trees. Cut the small trees and the branch and the underbrush out of the way and create that corridor that you can see, but not just one. Start with a cross. So one going this way, so you can see there. Across from it, okay. Now you can see there. Okay, shift your position to the northeast, southwest, that kind of thing, and cut your corridors. Even just having those 8 corridors open makes a big difference in what you can see and what you can't see. Okay, to risk sounding mean or barbaric, I'm just going to say it. Game trails are game trails because that's the easy path. Everything in nature takes the easiest path. So, people do too. If you're building a hunting hide, okay, whether you're building a trap line or a shooting lane or whatever, you are trying to, you know, catch them where they're moving, catch the easiest thing. So, yeah, build trails through the bush and make it easier to go through and bring them to you. It works. It's going to work the same with people, and especially people that are getting weak, getting tired, or they just don't know any better, or a combination of all the above. You're going to want the easiest path. If they have to get through the bush, if they're on their way to their buddy's house or their bug out location and the vehicles don't work and they have to trudge through the bush and they've decided to shortcut, or if they're just moving away from danger, well, guess what? You don't have to kill everybody. You might not have to. And maybe you're just trying to bring good people to you. Okay? But that's something to consider. Also in the future when it comes to bartering trips, okay, right? Same thing. When it comes to these trails and you're protecting your property, your location, you want trails that are easy for you to move up and down but are hard for other people to find. And there's ways to do that. More in the summer than the winter. Tracks, eh? But, yeah. Just another point. Okay, you may have to trade movement for sound and vice versa. I'm going to show you, I'm going to attempt to get through this underbrush and broken limbs without making very much noise. But there's going to be a lot of movement involved to do it. Okay, it would be nice to be able to go under that little triangle of the fall down, but what if you're not in shape to do it? Or what if you just can't with the pack you have on, etc. You gotta work a way around and find a different way.
And here's the difference between that and just moving through the bush.
Okay, very productive day. Found out a lot of stuff about my friend's property. Got a lot of filming done, and had a good time. Got some exercise. So yeah, sun is going down, and I need a different strap for my bullpup because I'm used to wearing my hoodie on, and so I've been all winter with the protection of the hoodie, and then today, without the protection, my neck is raw. And you know what? That's the kind of thing you learn by using your gear, by getting out and using it and practicing with it. You'll see in future videos that I'm going to make from the stuff I did today. You know, I was bouncing around in the trees and doing battle practice and all kinds of stuff, walking through the deep snow and the ice and, you know, water and on and on. And, you know, getting stuff in and out of pouches and just things like that. And using my kit and getting used to it. And now I'm going to go back and I can watch this footage and I can make changes or adjustments. And you have to do that with your gear. All your gear. Okay? Even your vehicles. Right? How do you have stuff set up in your vehicle? How easy to get to? What else can you carry? All that. You know, I also found out today that the 65-pound Patriot Patrol Pack, yeah, I'm out of shape. I need to keep walking with it. And there's a foot of snow in most places still around here. And that high stepping through the snow, yeah. So, anyway, that's me. That's another day. That's more filming. Mr. Cage, go. See you later.